Hello, everyone. My name is Dia Rizmani, and I am the current principal of Dirksen Elementary School. This is my first year of my tenure at Dirksen, and what a wonderful way to start. Celebrating a milestone. Happy 50th anniversary, Dirksen. I feel incredibly honored to be a part of this special celebration. You know, we have learned so much about the history of Dirksen as we prepared for this monumental event, looking at previous yearbooks, reading newspaper clippings. Yes, remember those? Reminiscing through old photographs and connecting through stories of those who have walked the halls of Dirksen and left a part of themselves here. I stepped into this role on the shoulders of incredible administrators who paved the way and created a special culture here at Dirksen. We feel the impact you have made well beyond your time here. The years have passed and times have changed, but one thing has remained steadfast: the amazing people of Dirksen Elementary, the students, families, community, and staff. We are engaged, we are dedicated, and we are resilient. This is who we are. This is Dirksen.
Hello, I'm Carl Plank, the first principal of Everett Dirksen School. The Dirksen School was a new school in August 1971. The district and the school were growing very rapidly. The school served the Timbercrest area and a new development west on Schaumburg Road beyond the area of Hoffman Estates. The staff of teachers, nurse, speech therapists, secretary, custodians, and etc. were all new to this school. They had never worked together, but they came together rather quickly. We had a grand opening ourselves on a Sunday afternoon in October 1971. It was arranged by Superintendent Wayne Scheibel for Mrs. Dirksen to attend. Mr. Dirksen had passed some time earlier. She was a very gracious lady and spent about an hour with our staff. She talked about some of the things that were important to Everett Dirksen about schooling and education, and some of the teachers that were important and impactful in his life. She made our staff feel very special. I'm sure this school has made a lot of changes and progress since 1971. One of the things I'm sure you have changed was our triple session kindergarten. District 54 began to offer kindergarten only 3 to 5 years earlier. And during that time, we didn't have the room to offer everybody an AM and a PM session of kindergarten, much less like today having full-time kindergarten. So the staff was assigned to 2-hour sessions, 2 hours in the morning, 9 to 11, 2 hours over the lunch hour from 11:15 to 1:15, and the afternoon session was 2 hours from 1:30 to 3:30. That middle session was not a great time for parents. I had the good fortune to open 3 different new schools in District 54. Dr. Thomas Dooley in 1965, Nathan Hale in 1968, and Everett Dirksen in 1971. After that first year, I left Dirksen and the district to become a superintendent and served in that role for 29 years, retiring as a superintendent in 2001. I followed that 2001 resignation with 5 years at Aurora University as an assistant dean. Personally, one other thing that happened in that 71-72 school year, my wife and I adopted our first daughter. In addition to that, I would like to meet some of those students who were ours during the 1971. If they were in school in 71, they were from ages 5 to 12 in grades kindergarten through 6. And 50 years later, they would be 55 to 62. In summary, I'm honored to have been the first principal of Everett Dirksen School. In addition, it's my hope that you have a great celebration of your 50 years at Everett Dirksen School. You deserve it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bill Shakkas. I started my career in District 54 at Dooley School in the school year of 1966 as a fourth grade teacher, and I stayed at Dooley till 1989. In 1972 at Dooley, I became principal there. When Dirksen reopened in 1989, I went there as principal. And one of the greatest things I was able to do was to hire young, talented, enthusiastic teachers at both schools, and many of which who have become administrators themselves, either as principals or in some central office capacity. My favorite students were the kindergartners for two reasons. First of all, I used to try as often as I could, sometimes weekly, sometimes less, to go in and read stories to the kindergartners based on recommendations from either their teachers or our school librarian. And it was a great thing to see those little faces looking up at me, hanging on every word as I read. The second reason that I liked the kindergartners, because every 2 weeks we would have administrators meetings, which were all district principals, all district central office, all consultants. We would all get together for these big meetings. When I would come back to the building after those meetings, I would do what I called kindergarten therapy. That is, sit down on the floor with the kindergartners and just listen to them talk for a while. Because a 5-year-old's perspective clears up lots of problems, believe me. One of the great things about being part of a school family is that you get from the staff, the PTA, the whole community, you get a lot of love and a lot of help. I retired in June of 1994 because the state of Illinois offered something that I couldn't refuse, which was an early retirement option. I have no regrets for my years at Dooley or Dirksen, and I'm very happy to be a part of this 50th anniversary celebration.
Hi, I'm Kathy Pollak, and first of all, I have to say Dirksen Dolphins are the best. I had the good fortune of being transferred to Dirksen in 1994 when my friend and mentor Bill Shakkas was retiring. He had hired me as a brand new teacher right out of college in 1974, 20 years before that. I loved working with Bill. His humor and his unending support was just what a new teacher like me needed. After his retirement, I was ecstatic to be able to join the Dirksen staff that I had known and worked with for many years. My best recollections about Dirksen were the people. They are amazing. The parent community, the staff, and our incredible students were so dedicated and hardworking. You know, we had really, really good students. A big discipline problem could have been something like, he looked at me funny and it made me mad. Well, we were able to deal with that, no problem. In our early years, District 54 provided time for us on Wednesdays for staff to get together and plan for instruction. With our school leadership team of parents, support staff, and teachers, we were able to plan for children's learning, their learning styles, in addition to their ages. This was really, really exciting. Ours was a group effort. We had so many staff willing to go above and beyond to create amazing opportunities for our students. Among these were Mrs. Meliker and her art club, Mrs. Pottinger and Mrs. Willie and their famous library helpers, and Mrs. Neiman and her world-famous talent shows, Mrs. Drake and her many, many seasonal concerts, and of course, Mrs. Teschner, who greeted parents, students, and staff in the office with encouragement and a big smile. Our PTA was really hardworking. We all loved the fun fairs, the ice cream socials, the pancake breakfast, and the treat days. Our principal's coffees and Principal awards were kind of fun too. I could go on, but these are only a few examples of why I feel Dirksen is so exceptional. We were truly a team. I love you, Dolphins.
Hello, my name is Pete Hannigan, and I had the honor of serving as the principal at Everett Dirksen School from 2006 to 2010. I'm so sorry I'm not able to join you this evening to celebrate this monumental occasion. Dirksen holds a special place in my heart. What made Dirksen so special was the outstanding students, staff, and community. As you can imagine, I have many outstanding memories of my time at Dirksen, but some of them are Principal Sports Club. It's probably one of the best times of my week when I was able to work with our parent-teacher organization to play games with our students both outside and inside. But what I remember most about the Principal Sports Club was our ability to play dodgeball. It was awesome until our nurse told us we had to stop playing it because I injured too many students. My second memory, who can forget Mrs. Teschner and her cows and bells? That's all I need to say about that. But my greatest memory of Dirksen is how the entire community came together as one to support all of our students both academically and social emotionally. But what I remember most about my time at Dirksen working with our students is we worked extremely hard, but just as hard as we worked, we had just as much fun. Again, I just want to congratulate the entire Dirksen community on their 50th anniversary. Here's to another 50. Go Dolphins.
Hello to all you Dirksen Dolphins out there, and a happy birthday, 50th birthday to Dirksen Elementary School. That's quite an accomplishment. You know, my name is Frank, and I was there when that school opened in 1971. I was in the 4th grade, and my teacher was a very nice lady, Mrs. Harmon. She would have us use our vocabulary words every week to write a story, and we worked hard to make those stories as funny as we could. We had a lot of laughs. Dr. Plank was our first principal. When I left that school after 6th grade, I had been voted most popular, the best athlete, the funniest, as well as the boy with the longest hair. I went on to attend Schaumburg High School, where I played sports, and eventually when I grew up, I became a doctor. I spent most of my time helping patients in an emergency room in a small hospital just outside the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. I've been here for 20 years now, and the funny thing is, a few years ago, I started writing stories again. And those books are out there. If you happen to read one, please write me and tell me what you think. Also, tell me a little bit about yourself. You can do that by going to Google and typing in Unca Cheese. Happy birthday, Dirksen Elementary. Thank you for all the wonderful times. Goodbye for now.
Hi there, my name is Logan Walther. I'm the assistant principal at Campanelli and Dooley Elementary Schools. And I'm very fortunate to say that I was a Dirksen Dolphin growing up, kindergarten through 6th grade. My family currently lives about 3 or 4 minutes away, so it's safe to say that I spent every waking minute of my childhood at or around Dirksen. So the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of my time as a Dirksen Dolphin were the truly amazing teachers and principals that left a profound impact on my life. I was very fortunate to have Mrs. Lenzo, Mrs. Kurtz, Miss Trahey, Mrs. Zarafa as my teachers growing up. And of course, the principals at the time, I was fortunate to have met Mrs. Pollak, Mrs. Luby, Mr. Hannigan, and all of them played a just profound influence on my desire to become a teacher one day. I just remember overall just support, positivity, love, and care from all of those individuals and the rest of the Dirksen community as well. And I'm forever grateful for them. Another thing that really stands out, my third grade year is when the district, in Dirksen of course, got iBooks. And I remember just thinking that we were just the most fortunate. It was the best gift that I had ever received at the time. We had resources like World Book and learned at a very young age how to work with PowerPoint and Microsoft Word. And I am very fortunate for that because it put a very advanced device in my hands and it really prepared us well for all experiences to come. So overall, very grateful. And I have the most fond memories of my time as a Dirksen Dolphin.
Hello, Dirksen Dolphins faculty members and students. My name is Jeff Shupai. I graduated Dirksen back in 1992. I have many fond memories that still stick with me today, one of which was when Mr. William Shakkas, our principal, spent the entire day on the roof of the school. Never forget that. There was also a time when our janitor, Mr. Bentoncourt, hosted a concert for the entire school and played the drums, and boy, could he wail on the skins. There were two teachers that left a lasting impression on me. One was Mr. Steve Reno, my fifth grade teacher. He was tough, but boy, was he fun at recess. Could he throw the football? There's one teacher, though, that I still remember to this day, my most favorite teacher, Mrs. Hertigan. You guys may remember that name. I believe her daughter teaches there now to this day. Mrs. Hertigan made school so much fun. She cared about her students. She made learning easy and something that I'll never forget. Plus, I got straight A's in her class. There's also a fond memory that I had of her husband who would come to our school. He's a police officer, and I remember him driving up in his IROC Camaro. Boy, did I think he was the coolest guy ever. Anyway, I want to say happy anniversary to Dirksen and wish you guys all the best.
Hey Dirksen Dolphins, this is Mrs. Hertigan. Don't be confused by the other Miss Hertigan.
Because I'm Miss Hertigan, now Mrs. Camerata, her daughter.
That's correct. You guys have had two Hertigans teaching at Dirksen. I started teaching in 1989.
And I'm currently a teacher at Dirksen.
That's right. I taught 4th and 5th grade.
And I have taught 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade while I've been at Dirksen.
Nice. That's a lot of grades. Mrs. Hertigan, I taught in room 206.
Wait, you taught in room 206?
I did.
I taught in room 206.
Two Hertigans at Dirksen in room 206. Pretty crazy. Some of my favorite memories, you guys, was meeting a lot of these great families, all those great kids that have come through the building over the years. But I've also met a lot of great friends since 1989, and I am still very good friends with quite a few of them. Two of them you might recognize by name, Ms. Neiman and Mrs. Kurz. Yep, still very good friends with, as well as a few other ones.
That's awesome. I would say one of my favorite memories is because I've taught so many grades, I've gotten to meet so many different students. But it's been really neat because some of the students that are currently 6th graders, I've actually known them since they were 4th graders. And I've had them for 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. So it's been really neat to kind of see them grow and see all the things that they've learned over the years.
Very fun, always exciting. And a little more information, Mrs. Shupai, I had her husband in my classroom. So just such a small world. Again, such good families. We're really happy to celebrate with you guys. Happy 50th.
Happy 50th, Dirksen.